whenever you watch a game, especially in the beginning of the year, we're all out there trying to figure it out for that year.
Yep.
I mean, I know I always was, because I was always in a position where I didn't have a lot of wiggle room, man. I had to play well. If I played 2 bad games in a row, it could have been over for me. You didn't have that problem, and you didn't play 2 bad games in a row. But I mean, it kind of takes until the 3rd, 4th game that be, the first quarter of the year for that all to kind of be gone.
Yeah. I actually never did play 2 bad games. Now that out of everything you just said, that's what I took from. That's what I took from that.
Ooh, the mic! Look at the mic. This is Osi.
You like it?
Yeah. First of all, I hope we're recording, because I'm ready to go, because I miss my guy in the studio. This new mic we have, these mics.
Yeah.
Where did the money come from, and how did you get it?
That's a very good question, to be completely honest with you. I was going to ask you the same question because, I noticed that my paycheck from the league was a little light. It was a little light this month, J Bell, and I didn't quite understand why. But now that I'm looking around and I see all this new fancy equipment, I think maybe I know what happened, Jason.
An unauthorized deduction must have happened.
So you didn't even ask.
Listen, man, for some reason I can sign on your checks.
Yeah.
I don't want that taken away.
I thought maybe I had a child somewhere that I didn't know about, and the government was how the government's I thought maybe that was...
I can't believe we're starting like this, but I have seen people look at their checks with very huge question mark eyes. God don't know. Anyways, we are back, and you can tell we have missed it. The Jason and Osi Podcast, new mics, new setup, new experience. But I have something for you, Osi.
Okay.
Before we start to have this new experience...
Why are you pausing like that?
Because
I don't
it's serious.
It's
serious.
Okay.
It's serious. I never thought I would say this. We are on our 100th episode.
100?
100.
You're lying.
I was as shocked as you are.
We made it?
We made it to 100.
How?
People have listened to us 100 times.
100?
100.
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious.
I have failed. I have failed as a professional. I for sure wanted to get kicked off by 50. 100?
100, bro. I can't. Simon wrote it down. Now, Simon will lie to us and say other things, but he's pretty serious about this.
That's impressive.
100, OC. And to celebrate, we are on the new NFL UK YouTube channel.
Wow.
People can see us. People can see us
look at us
like this, like how we actually behave.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not sure.
Is that a good thing?
I don't. I'm pumped up about it, and then I'm like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. But this is good. 100, man.
100.
100.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
You know what the kids say? Keep it 100.
And we do.
They say 100.
100. 100.
Keep it 100.
100. I'll say this, man, and I love talking. I got 2 little stories. I was talking to a friend of mine who goes to school. His kid goes to school with my daughter. So in the line, we talk all the time. He's a podcast listener. I won't say his name because you never know where people are hiding. You know what I'm saying? We cannot reveal people's name. Yeah. We just don't know. They could be. Their check could be deducted next. So
that's very serious.
That's serious.
Very serious.
But he was saying, I just love when you and OC talk about things and then you go places. And then he says, I'm thinking, where are they going? Yeah. What are they saying? Yeah. He says, but he really appreciates it. He loves it. When's the next podcast? Also walking down the street. And a driver from a service, I can't say because they're not paying us.
They didn't pay us.
They didn't pay us. I'm walking, got headphones in. Going to get my shoes cleaned, OC. Had to get my shoes polished. Cause gotta be game ready.
Shoes polished.
You get your shoes. You ever get your dress shoes polished?
I just buy new ones. That's just what I do. What is this? What does polish mean?
I can't.
asking me if I get my shoes.
What do you mean
my
polish?
shoes
I just buy
polished.
new shoes. So some of us get our shoes reconditioned.
I got you.
And refurbished. This is not a way to start the YouTube channel. I'm sweating like I'm getting my check deducted. But the driver comes up. J Bell.
Did he call you J Bell?
J Bell.
Okay.
Where's Osi? When is the new podcast? I'm driving around. I need the podcast.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the listeners. Really means a lot to us. We love what we do on the podcast, and we love doing it with y'all because, hey, this is what we do. We
got to give the people what they
we
want.
got
Jason.
to give the people what they want. Yeah. The season is upon us. We're getting ready. We had a long day today, didn't we, Osi?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on, man.
We
The
had a
fact
lot-
that we're still here right now, giving you this energy, lets you know how we feel about our listeners, man. We love them.
You're doing something really important, and it's just got announced.
Yeah.
But I feel like our listeners and viewers now, okay, they need to hear it from you because you're the brainchild behind this. Can you tell me the announcement and what's going on?
Yeah. Well, you kind of put me on the spot here, Jason.
I know, but this is
Yeah.
I'm saying
No,
it.
yeah.
It's very, for me,
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
all listeners to know this is very emotional because
Yeah.
we have these conversations. And one thing about Osi, there's a lot of people who have ideas and they have thoughts and they want to do things. Osi will talk about it, articulate it, and then he goes into what I call his cave. And you don't hear anything about it until there's actual steps being made.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't like that. It's hard to do that. So I celebrate that about you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think, because, we talk a lot and I spend a lot of time thinking. I know it doesn't seem like, we come here, I just talk, it seems like things just come out of me, right? But like I spend a lot of time just thinking. And then, sometimes when I'm able to connect the dots, right? And I'm able to see something that so clearly makes sense.
Yeah.
I say, instead of just having this idea, I actually go out and I execute on this idea, right? And, luckily I have people who I'm able to talk to who can make things happen. It's one thing to just have an idea and not have the people or the infrastructure to make something happen. But, when I have an idea, I run it by you. I run it by a very close circle of people, listen to everything that people have to say. If it makes sense to the people who I trust, then I just go dark. I go quiet because I know that this is something that I have to do. Yeah. So we began NFL Africa. And I think, we're here in the UK. The NFL is expanded into so many different international territories, and rightfully so. Because it is a global sport. This game doesn't belong to America. This game belongs to the world now, right? Everybody's playing this game. But over the years, me being African, me being from Nigeria specifically, as I was just looking on the rosters of NFL teams, I was like, there's a lot of
story here.
Yeah, there's a lot of names and a lot of people that I'm very familiar with. A lot of them come from the same background as I come from. Even if you're not born in Africa, if you are raised by African parents, you are African. Right. Because you get raised in a certain manner, right?
Yes.
And culturally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm speaking to some of these guys, there's a common theme amongst all of us. It's very good football players, respectful people, well-educated people, and on top of that, nobody's acknowledging this group of people, right? Nobody's saying anything about this influx of African players into the league. Everybody's just quiet, like it doesn't even exist. 113 players, either born in Africa or first-generation African people in the NFL. 113, that's almost 10% of your labor force. And nobody's saying anything about this. Yep. So I started to call it to various people's attention, and they didn't even know. And as soon as they see it, they're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is incredible. We got to start doing things to celebrate these players, and we got to start doing things to draw attention to this mass amounts of players from this continent in the NFL. And then on top of that, you look at the college ranks, you look at the high school ranks, they're everywhere. And then another thing that nobody's really, really talking about is the fact that in Africa, you have millions of people who have the ability to play this game at the highest level. They just don't have the opportunity to do so, right?
Right.
We're here in the UK, we're in China, we're in Brazil, we're in all these different places. But I can categorically tell you, and I don't say this to slander anybody, the people who can actually play this game at the highest level, a majority of them are going to come from the African continent. So we have to give these people opportunities, man. There's very limited amount of hope over there. And what does the NFL do? It inspires people. It gives you hope. And this is exactly what we need to give to these people, because that's what they're desperate for. And that is what this whole NFL Africa thing is about. And I'm so glad we're there right now, J. Bell.
I love it. Hope, inspiration. I mean, when we talk about the game and what it's done for us, we always use those words. Opportunity. We always talk about that, right? The people we've met, the relationships we have, the conversations we continue to have. I see the world different because you were in my locker room. Imagine NFL by going global and continuing to go global. In every rank, wherever the game is played, you're going to have this collective group of people that can have this bond based on this experience, the game. But we know how that radiates to every part of their life. And what you're doing is you're bringing that into the game, making people more aware that it's there. Because now, if I'm in a locker room and I see this and I understand what's happening in Africa, if I'm in the NFL and the college ranks and the high school ranks, like there's an experience to be shared. And just being here, I've seen the same thing being here in the UK with the academy, like just the people you will meet from this game. You first of all, you have to be aware that it can happen. And that's what you continue to do, as I say this in a long, drawn out way, is make people aware. And I love it, man. It makes me proud to be an alumni of this game, to know that this is the direction we're going. And we need to continue across the globe. Across the globe.
And I wanna say something. I wanna say something, Jason. And it's a little, I don't know how to say this, but we got to get a little bit deeper here.
Are we not going to make it to episode 101?
No, we'll make it. Yeah, this is just like actual fact.
Okay,
right?
okay.
I think that overall.
Yes.
Overall, and I just say this from having lived in Nigeria, having lived in the UK, and having lived in America, right? There's a disconnect between Africans and Black people, African Americans. There's a disconnect there. There's a fundamental disconnect. I don't know whether to call it a mistrust, or there's something there that is broken, right? I know the way Africans think of African Americans, and I know the way African Americans think of Africans, right? Like I've lived for years in both worlds. And I can tell you that the way we think of each other is fundamentally incorrect. It is fundamentally flawed. And this has to be addressed. And quite frankly, what we're doing here is not only just about football. I know it might seem like, oh yes, football, and no. You know me, Jason.
Yeah.
I would never just do that, right?
Always 2 steps ahead.
There's something else there. And I believe that the connection between these two incredible people is something that has to happen. And this is a step in that direction. And that is what is at the base of this NFL Africa thing. It's a recognition, right? It's look at these are your people. This is where you come from. And now we're coming back together. And now you're actually going to be helped.
Yes.
You're actually going to be helped by this. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I do.
It's bringing everything back together. It's so much deeper than what it appears on the surface. And the minute people start to understand that, I think people are going to buy into it, and we're going to be good.
Love that about sports. Sports can do that, especially in where we live right now, where people go into their tribes, people go into their corners, and they don't try to make any steps out of there. But yet sports always finds a way to get people to come out, unless it's your team against another team. Then that's a whole nother that's a whole nother question. That's that energy. Like, it's there, it's real, and it's at the beginning of the season. And I'm not on the field. We're involved with the game. It's our life. Do you feel that energy, and how do you feel it? Like, I want to know, how do you feel right now, beginning of the season? You know what we have to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, what you're doing all around the business of the NFL is big. Like, what is the energy like today?
It is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much going on, right? There's so much going on, right? And like, for us, we have our hands in so many different places, right? And so you're seeing things, and then because we came from, playing in the actual league, and then we came out here to the United Kingdom, and we're like, oh my God, this is big out here. It's huge here. And oh my God, it's big in France. And they're trying to go to Germany, it's big in Germany. And then you got all these African players. The world is so big outside of just America, right? And we get to witness that. And if you're in America, you don't get to see it the way we get to see it. So not only are we excited about the NFL itself and what's going on with the teams, Tampa Bay versus Dallas, and we're looking at from the outside, we're like, this is going on here, this is going on there. So we get to feel and engage with all of that, and it is an incredible place to be.
Everybody's watching, man. I think everybody here needs to realize the world is watching. Us here, we're in the UK, right, doing our thing. I went back to LA, right? I'm just gonna say LA, had to go back there real quick. Man, all my boys. Man, you and Osi, man, everybody's watching, man. So that lets everybody know, listening, everybody's watching. If you get any deduction out your paycheck, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Don't look down there at that paycheck and be like, where's this $5,000 a month? Where's this $5,000 a month gone to? You know what you did.
You can't hide.
Be yourself.
You just yeah. Oh my gosh. This year, man, the podcast, are we what can I expect from you?
Jason, at some point this year.
Yes.
Without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to get kicked off.
Oh, I thought we would make it, man.
And I'm telling you, I have the topics too.
Oh, we do?
Man. I send you these articles all the time.
Yeah, you do.
All the time I send them to you.
You do.
So without a shadow of a doubt,
it's going to be.
Why not? We got so much other stuff to do. We might as well just get kicked off of here. Why not?
This is the warm-up podcast.
Yeah.
It is. Man, that's scary. Oh, you know what I did see, though? Let me tell you something while we segue into something. I saw something interesting, and I didn't want no parts of it.
Okay.
Walking up to the bus, okay? Getting ready to get on the bus. I saw a man, Osi, and I did not call you to tell you because I wanted to surprise you. He had, in the bus line, full boxing headgear and a mouthpiece in.
You're kidding, man.
Osi.
What was he?
He had headgear and a mouthpiece.
Would you have gotten on the bus?
Bro, I walked past the bus stop and went to the next one. And I thought if he gets on the bus, I'm just gonna move.
You're like, I don't
and
want no parts
he
of
had
that.
the duffel like I'm going to the gym. He had the he had the headgear with the mouthpiece in.
Was he gonna box somebody in the bus?
I don't know. And he was not young. He was an older gentleman.
OG.
So something wasn't right. And I thought, no, not today.
There's some weird ass people in this world.
Not today.
You know?
Not today.
There's some strange people in this world.
He's ready.
Yeah.
I said, man, I've never walked past. I walked past the bus stop, bro. I made it.
Nah, I'm not.
Not today.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah.
That you got this. Anything else in the off season happened to you? Anything you've been, anywhere you've been, anything you've done, anything that won't get us kicked off?
Let me see. I went to quite a few African countries.
Yeah.
I did do that.
You did.
But did I do anything, crazy or see anything ridiculous? No, not really, man. It was a rather tame. To be honest with you, my last, I would say, when did I meet my wife? It's been like 9 years. Yeah. My last 9 off seasons.
I can tell you when my life became tame. When I met my wife.
My last 9 off seasons have been quite. They've been pretty standard. You know what I mean, Jason?
My
but
gosh.
yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Oh man,
we'll leave it right there, J.
I'm telling you, man. We got.
Been pretty tame, Jason. These last 9 off seasons.
People got to understand. We just tried to survive the off season. Some people could not survive the off season.
Couldn't make it.
It's too many options.
Yeah.
It was some of us, we just found a way.
I got to tell you a story about the off season.
I knew you had something for me.
I do. I got to tell you a story about the off season. This is a true story.
Okay.
Never told this story before.
Oh, geez.
And Justin Tuck will acknowledge this because this happened.
All right.
2005, right? Where we make it to the playoffs, right? And so we play the Carolina Panthers in the playoffs. And the fourth quarter, and we are getting drilled by the Panthers, right?
Oh, it's over.
Drilled.
Oh, gosh.
I look at Justin Tuck, and he looks at me, right? I think they had scored like another touchdown. And we looked at each other, and we were like, eh.
Oh, my gosh. No, you didn't have the bags packed.
Jason, we were so ready to get out of there, right? It was the strangest feeling, right? To look at somebody and know he's thinking exactly what you're thinking at the exact same time. Never felt that before, never felt that after. For some reason, that particular game, and I don't know what it was.
You were just done.
I looked at him, he looked at me. Like,
The only reason you can say that story is because you won 2 Super Bowls on the back.
That's it. After that, we won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, because you can't even.
Yeah, I would never have said that if we didn't win those games, right? I would have never said anything like that. But it's the truth. There's sometimes, and you go into the last game of the season. You know you're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Like, what you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, you are ready to go home,
Bags
right?
are
Yeah,
packed.
already packed. And so this just so happened we were in the playoffs, and we were like, yeah, okay, well, it's not bad. It's not a bad idea to go home right now. It's crazy.
Since we're there, I'll say regular season games when it's not going well, where you're sitting on the bench and you come up. First of all, you can't be playing too bad because then you can't. But if you sit by your boy and you be like, hey man, where we going tonight? The clock is still ticking.
Where we going tonight? But you got to be playing okay.
You have to have had a good game.
Yeah.
You cannot. That conversation doesn't happen because you are just you're not over it.
Yeah.
You have to have played well.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you're losing, but it's not your fault.
No, you didn't lose.
You didn't lose the game.
They lost. You specifically, you didn't lose. You balled.
They lost.
They lost. It's not my fault. You guys don't know how to catch a football.
Everything we're saying is the teams that don't win the championship. Because the teams that do,
they don't think like that.
They don't think like that. We're trying to set the stage of what you shouldn't do to win.
Oh, yeah.
And you've lived it. You've lived it.
Got to keep it real with our
you've
fans.
lived it, man. Hey, man, the season's here. you played a long time. I played a little bit. Each year, like, what do you think? Like, do you think the Tom Brady's of the world, the vets, it's a little nerve-wracking even though they've done it. I mean, it's each year is the unknown, right? So you're not nervous. I remember talking to a Darren Woodson, I'll say his name, great safety. And he said every year he's a little nervous.
Yeah.
First couple of games, then you need to kind of shake it out because it's a new year, man. Did you ever go through stuff like that? I know I did. Yeah.
Always. The funny thing about me is, Jason, I would get nervous before preseason games. Like if I knew I was going to play even 4 plays, I would still feel like a level of nerves because my performance was so important to me, right? Like my performance was so important and my preparation, like I put so much effort into playing. Preseason practice, some people didn't practice well. Like practice was very, very important to me. Like I had to perform at the highest level, even in practice. Took so much pride into it. So preseason, I would go out there, I'm like, oh man, I'll start going through everything that, okay, did I do this? Okay, I did this, I did that. I get out there, okay, are my keys correct? Is this right? Is his foot where I thought it was gonna be? Is he punching me like I said? Where's his hands? All this stuff. So every single thing for me, because the camera was always going to be watching. So I never wanted to put out a bad performance. So for me, I was always nervous, man, even preseason.
I know, and that's something that, we have people that listen to us that watch the game, some people don't. But whenever you watch a game, especially in the beginning of the year, and things just aren't right? Everybody's getting their timing down and it's not as clean. I mean, it's really good, but it's not as clean. That's something to remember, man. Like we're all out there trying to figure it out for that year.
Yep.
I mean, I know I always was because I was always in a position where I didn't have a lot of wiggle room, man. I had to play well. If I played 2 bad games in a row, it could have been over for me. You didn't have that problem and you didn't play 2 bad games in a row. But I mean, it kind of takes until the 3rd, 4th game that be, the first quarter of the year for that all to kind of be gone.
Yeah. I actually never did play 2 bad games. Now that out of everything you just said, that's what I took from. That's what I took from that. It never actually happened to me. Never played 2 bad games in a row.
I know you didn't. That would have been 2 losses in a row for sure.
It would have been 2 L's.
Nah, I think that's something to be said about anybody and whatever they do. Whatever their passion is, whatever their profession is, like ask yourself, like, do you have that feeling like you're trying to get better? And what does that mean to you? Even doing this each year, we're on the phone, we're talking about, oh man, we're preparing. Usually I'm calling you, bothering you, and you go, we're going to be all right, J-Bill. But, from the podcast is important to us. Our shows, another announcement. Should we make the other announcement?
Yeah, give it to them.
Yeah. Our Tuesday show's back.
It is back.
11:15?
Is it 11:15?
It's 11:15.
Who knows what the BBC is going to do? Who knows where they're going to put us?
BBC 2, 11:15, every Tuesday.
Wow.
It's the highlight show.
We're back.
So we're going to show highlights of 3 games. We're going to break down the other games. And you know what they're going to get?
What's that?
They're going to get this.
Yep.
You and I talking about why a team won or lost. And one thing I guarantee, Osi, you're going to find something. And I'm not going to know what it is.
I got to be honest. I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited. There was so much rightful backlash last year about us not having the Tuesday show and then the Saturday show. They're like, what are you guys doing here? Is it a review? Is there a preview? Like, what is going on? And our fans were rightfully, some of them disappointed in missing out on that Tuesday show. And so now we're back. We're excited to be back, and we're going to give them exactly what they want.
We're going to give the people what they want, and then we got our Saturday show back.
Shout out to Dan Walker.
Man, Dan is working on his flexibility and his footwork. You know what I'm saying? Dan on Strictly.
How do you think he's going to do on Strictly?
I think he's going to do well. I think he's tall.
Yeah. He's very tall.
Very tall.
Dan is a giant.
And he's got posture.
Yeah, he
does. You need posture when you dance. And he's stoic.
But that comes from privilege.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, man.
Have you seen Dan's barbecues, man? Oh my.
He goes in.
Yo, he's not messing around.
He goes in.
I love it.
I got to tell you something about Dan. Dan is, quite frankly, probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life.
He is such a nice man, bro.
Yeah. Like a genuine nice person, right?
He is.
Crazy.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah. Especially with his day job, right? Like sometimes I watch him at his day job,
and
right? And I'm like,
he just smiled that off.
How does he put up with how is he
this behavior?
Dealing with this? It blows my mind, but shout out to him, man. Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan, and hoping the best for him. And that's what's going to make Saturday so fun with him is just the vibe, and he's the one who can be calm under all circumstances.
Yeah,
so it's going to be great.
You better be calm out there on Strictly, man.
Hey, man,
I'll tell you something about Strictly, man. If Craig, right? If Craig, one thing was him messing with you, right?
But if he messes with Dan, we're going to have a problem.
We're going to have to go see him.
We're going to have to go holler at him. We're going to have to call it.
Yeah.
And Craig is such a nice dude.
Is he?
Yes.
Well, listen.
He's such a nice dude, man.
Let me tell you something, Jason. Like I know you, right? So, you're a people person, right? But still, you got like a little in you. Dan doesn't have none of that.
We got to have his back. We got to go. We got to go in there.
Got none of that.
We going to be in the crowd ready.
Yeah, he better behave himself, man. You better behave yourself, Craig.
We 100% got Dan's back. You're right. We gotta be there. So it's a full year of that, buddy. And we're gonna get out of here quickly today, only because there's a lot going on, and we gotta be ready weekly to give the people what they want. We are so excited, so ready. Man, I'm just excited, man.
Is there any Uprise music? Do we even still have that? Like,
I mean, Simon,
do we got so many other things going on?
Do we have Uprise music? We got Uprise music. We got good Uprise music, so it's good. Uprise all day. We don't play. If you see a dude with headgear getting on the bus, walk to the next stop. Check if he's got a mouthpiece and look at the bag. It's a black bag with red trimming. Black bag, red trimming. Get on the next bus stop. Holla at you, Uprise.